JD's speech in Munich was a game changer. It was a realignment. And all eyes right now are on Germany. It's on Germany both in the long term and in the immediate. Joining us now is Marie-Therese Kaiser, member of Germany's AfD party. Ooh, scary. Marie, welcome back to the program. Tell us what is going on in your country and also the status of your criminal case where you were targeted and had to pay a fine for what exactly? Please get our audience up to speed.
Yes, we already talked about my case in your show, and I had to pay the fine. I had to pay 6,000 euros for asking a critical question on social media to the illegal immigration and the migration crisis in Germany, because politicians wanted to get refugees from Afghanistan without any background check or security check to Germany. And I asked them whether they wanted to have a welcome culture for rapists, group rapists, because statistically speaking, the Afghan refugees are proportionately more committing sexual crimes. So yeah, that was the case, and I got fined, and there's nothing new. But I had an interesting experience, because during this election campaign right now, I had a panel discussion at a school, and I got asked by a student about my conviction for sedition. And what I didn't know was that the State Security Service was in the audience and secretly recording my statement. And then they reported it to the public prosecutor's office to initiate an investigation against me again, just because I told the student why I got convicted in the past. So yeah, that's the situation in Germany. JD Vance is all the way right.
I mean, I hope everyone understands Germany is not a free society, does not embrace freedom of speech, which brings us to the immediate election this Sunday. You are a member of the AfD party, which has come under major sanctions and major investigations by your own government. What is happening this Sunday, and what are the stakes of your upcoming election?
Yes, that's right. I think there is a lack of political will from the other parties to really initiate political change, because the perpetrators are not deported. They do not even receive harsh punishments. Instead, authorities are dealing with prosecution of opinion crimes and alleged hate speech. So it's really ridiculous. And they are also trying to ban and persecute us as AfD, as the largest opposition to the prevailing politics and the second strongest political force in the country, we have to say. So millions of voters support our positions. And I'm really curious for the election results on Sunday.
Yeah, so what are the major issues that are going to be in contention for this upcoming federal election?
Yeah, I think the migration and refugee crisis is the top issue in these elections, because more and more people are realizing the dramatic conditions, not only in the bigger cities, but also in the villages on the countryside. And I mean, we had 3 major terror attacks, which occurred down the last months during the election campaign. Speaking of Magdeburg, Aschaffenburg, and also Munich. And in addition to that, we also had hundreds of knife crimes. So it's obvious that the great replacement is happening, and it's the sad reality that everyone is really facing right now on the streets.
It is a true crisis happening, and yet your party gets smeared as a Nazi party and the worst possible things. Educate our American audience of the smears that your party has to receive.
Yes, I mean, there's really a lot. They say that we're national socialists, we're right extremists, but all that is not true. And as I said before, they really try to ban us. I think they are scared. They are really scared because we're so strong right now, and we get a lot of voters. Yeah, so let's just be optimistic. And I think what I really wanted to say is that it's now the time to vote for your life. And we only have one chance to make Germany great again and make Europe great again.
So let me ask you a question, Marie. For if I, as a visitor, or let's just say someone who is native to Germany, were to go out in public and criticize mass migration, if they were to say that mass migration makes your cities dirtier, if it increases rapes and crime, what could happen to that individual?
You could get sentenced. You could get into real trouble. Like people could start attacking you. It's really dangerous. We truly don't have free speech anymore.
Was there a, and I'm not trying to get you in trouble here because they're probably monitoring this and, you know, they'd love an excuse to come after you. So be very careful. So I understand the sensitivities here, but help me understand though that what decisions were made that resulted in the erosion of freedom of speech in Germany?
I think that the political parties in charge right now, they made some new laws and also made stronger laws to just go after people who participate in free speech, and especially online, because we have a new authority who is just looking what people are writing online. So yeah, that's also a problem. It's not only on the streets and in public, it's also online.
Let's watch this video here of 60 Minutes just to refresh our audience. Let's play cut 2, please.
Is it a crime to insult somebody in public?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
And it's a crime to insult them online as well?
Yes.
The fine could be even higher if you insult someone in the internet.
Why?
Because in internet, it stays there. If we are talking here face to face, you insult me, I insult you, okay, finish. But if you're in the internet, if I insult you or a politician...
That sticks around forever.
Yeah.
If somebody posts something that's not true, and then somebody else reposts it or likes it, are they committing a crime?
Yeah, in the case of reposting, it is a crime as well, because the reader can't distinguish whether you just invented this or just reposted it. That's the same for us.
Is this correct, what is being described here?
Yes, right. It is.
It's beyond shocking and speechless for our American audience to see this. And it feels as if Germany is becoming totalitarian at the very least. Can you explain, and we'll do this with the break coming back. There's this concept, cordon sanitaire, that I'm butchering the pronunciation, that I want you to try to explain to our audience. So basically, your party is not allowed to have a voice in government, no matter how well you do. And I want you to educate our audience on that in just a second. 60 years ago, Dr. Linus Pauling, a two-time Nobel laureate and vitamin C pioneer, warned, quote, "The world is sick due to a lack of minerals in our foods. Today, depleted topsoil has left our food nutritionally deficient. In fact, it now takes 3 carrots to match the same nutritional value of 1 carrot from 100 years ago. Most foods and supplements provide only 12 essential minerals, but the body needs at least 60 for optimal health. That's why vitamins alone aren't enough. You need minerals to activate them. That's why Immuno 150 is a game changer, delivering 13 essential vitamins, 70 plant-based minerals, and 68 additional nutrients. This is an incredible product. Visit immuno150.com or call 888-310-0000 or place an order at immuno150.com. Everybody email us, freedom@charliekirk.com. This is powerful stuff. We're subsidizing this. So what you are seeing is because of American taxpayer dollars, we are paying money for this. Why are we putting up with this? Why are we continually spending hundreds of billions of dollars so that people like Marie have to be fined and potentially imprisoned and spied on by the National Security Service of Germany? It's outrageous. This is where they're heading, everybody. Raiding a home for posting a meme online. Now, America would never do anything. Oh, wait, actually, yeah, we do. We have Douglas Mackey, who's facing federal prison for the same thing. I have a feeling that's all going to get figured out and fixed. Let's play cut 4.
It's 6:01 on a Tuesday morning, and we were with state police as they raided this apartment in northwest Germany.
Hier ist die Polizei, wir müssen bitte mal mit Ihnen reden.
Inside, 6 armed officers searched a suspect's home, then seized his laptop and cell phone. Prosecutors say those electronics may have been used to commit a crime. The crime, posting a racist cartoon online. At the exact same time across Germany,
So, wir haben einen Durchsuchungsbeschluss für diese Wohnung.
more than 50 similar raids played out. Part of what prosecutors say is a coordinated effort to curb online hate speech in Germany.
I mean, there's very little, Marie, that gets me speechless. This is breathtaking.
Yes, it is, definitely. And it really scares me, it frightens me, because everyone could be next. You never know when they come for you. So yeah, you just have to be really careful.
So help me understand then. It looks as if your polling is going very well, but is it true that no matter how well your party does, you're not allowed to have a voice in government? What is the truth behind this?
Yeah, I think what you're referring to is the so-called firewall, which the Christ Democrats are sticking to. They try to entice their voters with empty promises, and they just copy the content from our election program. And Friedrich Merz, he's also a candidate for the chancellor. He has his so-called 5-point plan in migration and the refugee crisis, but it's nothing more than a reformulated version of our remigration concept. And I mean, there are a lot of similarities with the Christ Democrats, but the CDU is not willing to talk to us in order to find compromises. They only want to maintain their power and don't aim for real political change. So they are already openly announcing that coalitions with the Greens or also the Social Democrats are certainly conceivable.
Marie, how can people support, and what would if this does not go well on Sunday, what does the future of Germany look like for you?
I mean, it will get worse if we get not in charge, but still I'm optimistic and I want the people to stay optimistic. So if we don't make it this time, we make it in 2029, and then we get Alice Weidel as chancellor. So I just want everyone to go and vote because your voice matters, it counts. So please go vote.
Marie, thank you so much. And yes, vote AFD for the sanity of the West. And I'll be visiting Berlin in May. I'm giving a speech there with Dr. Jordan Peterson. And during our speech, we're actually going to say all the things that are verboten, see if they'll arrest us. They might arrest 2 Americans on stage, but we'll see if I think the American government will have our back. God bless you. Talk to you soon.
Bye.
It's just this is sick and scary stuff, everybody. Where that you could be criminalized for posting a meme online. And you could tell Marie there has to be very guarded, has to be very careful because they might raid her home. Secret police, meme police, brought to you by the German government. And meanwhile, this is exactly what J.D. Vance was going to Munich. He threw it down. J.D. Vance drew a line in the sand. And so we're not going to keep on subsidizing this. We're not going to keep on allowing this to happen. This is the strange death of Europe, as Douglas Murray has talked about for quite some time. I think the German story, a little bit different than the French and the English story. The English story is just a sad husk of its former self. The German story, though, because they're very productive, industrious people. I mean, the Germans work their tail off. They're incredibly precise. They're great engineers. They got some great companies. Is all one word: guilt. What happens when you have a lot of guilt and you don't have Christianity? You embrace left-wing politics. You need Christianity or some form of a belief in God to be able to deal with your guilt. Otherwise, you go find radical left-wing politics. Christ breaks you from your shame and your guilt. Left-wing politics does not.